Hey everyone, it's Libby from Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people. It's WORIMI, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. Oakley dokley, I'm going to go for a big long walk in the sun after I finish readings today, just to really clear the energy. Something a little bit lighter for this final reading. I've literally just noted down on my notepad, is Usha measuring up the curtains? Now we know what's happened. Now I read, gosh, a month ago or something along those lines about Shady going to Butte or Butte, I think it's pronounced Butte, in Montana to meet with Fox executives, and got big time. And it was to do with plotting about what to do to overthrow or to, I'm going to say undermine, because you'll have noticed since then in the last month the increasingly niggling undermining of the orange twerp. You've got the photographs coming out of him with bruises on his hands and the catheter and falling asleep more and more, and the obvious makeup and all the rest of it. The reporting on his insane announcements that he makes, where he's just, what the F did he just say? Literally yesterday, images came out of, and he posted it to his Untruth Social, which really flabbergasts me, but of the supposed tariff agreement he'd come to with Japan, and there was Sharpie pen all over the agreement. So either there is no agreement because he's altered it, or Japan are going, huh? What? No, that ain't what we agreed to. And you notice there's more and more coming out, more and more. The media's not shutting up about the demanding the Epstein's files, and you'll notice a lot of old news articles are starting to resurface along with new footage coming out. So it's gaining momentum. So basically, I suspect back in last month, they were 9 and 10 of swords. Yep. Inch by inch by inch by inch, blow by blow by blow, truth by truth by truth. And if you can hear that, that's Bindi having a drink from the water bowl. They are taking down the orange felon. They are taking him down. The government, citing their disappointment in what is happening within government, exposing things, betraying, turning those in government on each other, because they're bringing forward a big new plan. But that big new plan might not take hold with the hanged man there. So yes, absolutely. Absolutely, that's what Montana was about. That's what I read at the time. Interestingly, that the news is coming out as if it was only last week. So I think what's happening is the news, there's going to be a big announcement from the White House about happy families, end of an era, start of a new era. The news reports are coming out about that meeting on Montana because it didn't gain traction at the time. The reporting was there, it didn't gain traction. So, hey, let us repeat it without putting a date on it. Let's just say on Tuesday, not Tuesday last month, implying Tuesday last week. And when I wrote that down as Usha measuring up the curtains, I got the feeling she is busting, absolutely busting for a JFK type photograph of Shady in the Oval Office. And that's big, yes, Shady in the Oval Office with the kids under the desk, tying themselves to this greed energy. Big yes, a couple of big yes cards there. So yes, she is measuring up the curtains. Yes, I get the feeling she is absolutely busting for a photograph, and I will tell you, if it ever came out, it would be 100% staged, not the just happened to capture a photograph of JFK with Junior under the desk. Yeah, she's planning. She's planning on moving in under the cover of darkness, perhaps. Under the cover of all these swords that have been laid in. Okay, Usha. However, I do see, and I have said for quite a while, that it's not going to succeed. If he gets in, it will be for a nanosecond, and they're going to be heading for the divorce courts, is what I keep getting. Okay, so as far as I can see, yes, Usha is measuring up the curtains. So how, oh gosh, I don't think they're going to actually end up there. Something is going to happen that's going to prevent her from moving forward. She's going to be stuck, and then it is tower moment. Downfall. Downfall. Okay, so yeah, there's her plotting and planning and the downfall. Right, so my question, where do I go with this? Will JD Vance, now we know the felon did not want, the orange twerp did not want JD. I got at the time he wanted Lara. Lara, you might ask, why Lara? Married to Eric. Actually, interestingly enough, David from Tarot by the Bay picked up that Eric wants to follow his dad into politics. And I went, I was almost like feeling like yelling at the screen going, the orange twerp wanted Lara. That would have been a way for Eric to have gotten in, and I suspect he and Lara had discussed it. She's the head of the RNC, would that be right? She's the one in charge of the money doling out. The one that cannot sing to save her life. But I always got he wanted Lara because, like any monarch, he wanted to keep it in the family. I don't know that he's actually impressed with Don Jr. at the moment. Don Jr., he feels disappointed in Don Jr. Ivanka wants nothing to do with him. The fact that she won't let her own children anywhere near him speaks volumes. And that basically left Eric. I mean, Tiffany's a nobody as far in his eyes is what I'm getting. And she's managed to escape. And Baron's I'm going to say Baron is a big disappointment. And I suspect that's because of his autism, his awkwardness. He actually, I just get that the orange twerp's really irritated by Baron. And apparently it's all Melania's fault. And there's Spot making a cameo. Hello, Spotty. Yeah. Hey, how's my handsome boy? Okay. So I always got that the orange twerp wanted Lara. He had Shady foisted on him. Tell me. He didn't want it. He didn't want it. He had Shady foisted on him. This is with new journey. There's a new journey here. Or is it simply walking off the cliff? Ooh, the death card on the top there. And strengths. Taming the beast. Bitter pill to swallow, thank you. I don't think he likes Shady at all. Walking away. Okay, my question is, the next one was the Chariot, which is my military card. For those that were wondering, this moves afoot in the Pentagon to try and get rid of Hegseth by not the top brass, but by all those levels underneath. So if you think the military is controlled by the orange twerp. Not at all. Okay, so what's going to happen to JD Vance? Yeah, I mean, the orange twerp would have to be under a rock not to know what was going on. Given what is currently happening, oh gosh, secrets being revealed, walking off the cliff. Oh, there's Sneaks making a cameo as well. They're all turning up today. And here comes Bindi. I can hear her coming through the dog door. Reaping what you've sown or not liking the harvest is backups against the wall. There she is. And walking away. Now this popped up and I didn't show it to you. The walking away. And they're trying to create alchemy. So what does the felon think about Shady? I think he's going to reveal something. He's prepared to walk off a cliff for it because he is just incredibly disappointed in the way things are playing out. He's a cornered rat. And I think he's going to walk away from Shady. And then we've got the Temperance trying to create alchemy. This could be him trying to set it up for family to take over. Okay, well, that's going down a little rabbit hole that I didn't expect. Let me just put these in randomly here. Fool and the world. Bringing it into the chapter. And I just get he's prepared. So the orange twerp is prepared to, betray Shady, to win at any cost, to steal from, because he knows what's going on. I mean, you'd have to be blind and deaf Freddy to not know that he's being set up. Is the orange twerp is is John Twerp, is he going to try and replace, if I haven't said it, entertainment only for the senses, is he going to try and replace JD Vance? I mean, literally, I wrote, is Usha measuring up the curtains? This has gone somewhere I completely didn't expect. Oh, if you're wondering what deck it is, it's the Smith-Waite Tarot Centennial deck. Is he going to try? Yeah, and there's Bindi's leg. Is he going to try and replace? Secrets being revealed, shining a light on something that lunacy. Could it be seen as a lunatic action? The challenge is the big donors, the money behind the scenes. It's all about power and greed. Weighing his options here. His health is declining. He's on unstable ground. His ships are out to sea in these crashing waters. He's trying to weigh up his options. Wow. In the past, you've got the star. He's the star. I'm the star. This is the narcissist card. It is mine. I mean, he got rid of Fleon because Fleon was getting too close to the crown and making some sort of demands. He's the star. I'm the star, but his star is in the past. Is he going to try? There's a big announcement that's going to come from the White House. It's going to have people walking away. I think he's going to attempt to announce a different vice president. Because you've got the two people here. It's the marriage card, keeping it all in the family. I think he's going to. He's going to try. Boy, oh boy, how's that going to work for him? Is he going to try and get rid of Shady? I think he is. But how's it going to work for them? They're all going to come crashing down. This is part of this crashing down. You've got the two figures here, the two figures here. It's a female and a male. I don't know whether that's a female and a male as well, but because I assume it is. I think he's going to try and name a new VP. Externally, he's sitting in the hot seat, the King of Pentacles. Internally, he's going to do something unexpected out of left field. He's currently potentially consulting about how to do this. Wow, listening to some poor advice perhaps. Temperance. Again, pouring from cup to cup, keeping it in the family. Wow, okay. However, you've got the King of Swords, not liking what's on offer. And hard work behind the scenes, a repetitiveness here. Could be a money trail that gets exposed. They're just going to eat each other. And then we have the emotional breakdown, emotional overwhelming. And you've got the government, the higher authorities, perhaps the Supreme Court, felons desperately trying to hold on, but it's an ending for him. But this is also legacy. This is about passing on, intergenerational, passing on an inheritance. The Lovers, the infighting. He could even be making Melania his VP. I can't see that. Can't see that. Well, she can't be because she's not American born, United States born. But this might also be an agreement that was made and they're then going to tear each other apart and hidden agendas are going to be revealed and he's going to be a cornered rat and. I think he's going to try and get rid of Shady. Wow. You've got the female taming the beast, a plan coming to fruition, the Empress, the female. I think he's going to try and get rid of Shady. Let's have a look from Shady's point of view. This went down a rabbit hole I didn't expect, like most of my readings do. What's happening with... Because Murdoch's turned on him, not Shady, Murdoch's turned on the orange twerp. He knows it. Murdoch, the kingmaker. Secrets and some sort of announcement coming forward. Secrets being revealed, or it just could be a lunatic announcement coming forward. Is Shady going to stay as the VP? He's eyeing it off. He's been promised the prize. But is he going to remain? Is Shady going to remain? Oh, this is wild. I don't know how this can happen. Senate, the orange twerp has demanded that the House has been dismissed, but he's demanded that the Senate stay in Washington, so there's something afoot. I mean, why would the Senate be forced to stay if the House has been sent away? Will Shady remain VPs? He's eyeing it off. Possibly not. Challenged by the Ten of Swords. stabbed in the back and brought to a face plant. End of a chapter at the foundation, and then you've got the orange twerp taking on the United States Constitution. I think he's going to try and remove him. Rash actions here, a harsh truth has revealed itself. And this is possibly also shady acting too rash to get in there. Got the Queen of Swords at the top. Some sort of strategy that was in play to take over the top dog position in the immediate future, the false victory. Oh boy, who's taking whom down here that's going to end up in this false victory? I mean, there is this strategy to remove. You've got the Justice card, the Supreme Court externally, or simply actions having consequences externally. The Tower. These are not good cards. Ending. Justice, Tower, divine justice and Tower. How's it going to go for Shady? Is he going to stay there? Something's going to hit him unexpectedly from left field with that Page of Cups. The outcome, the smug merchant. Thinks he's got his ducks all lined up in a row, but he's got an inability to bring it about with that Seven of Pentacles. And then the King of Wands then taking action. Mercenary actions with the Knight of Pentacles, potentially to try and manifest with the Magician. But I don't think he's going to be successful. I honestly don't think he's going to be successful. We are plunging into a real constitutional crisis. The Chariot, the chaotic attempt to move things forward. Shady might even call on the military, but they don't support him. You've got the betrayal, the abuse, and then you've got the Hermit trying to find a path forward, but they're all just going to tear themselves apart. None of this is going to end well. You've then got the Knight of Cups, the false knight bearing gifts. You've got the Lovers, but on the back foot trying to defend and then heading straight over the cliff. And then you've got the King of Cups. Whomever this is. Was my Joe Biden card? It's not an Obama card. It's not. I can't remember what Gore is. I know Dick Durbin, who's exposing a lot, is a Scorpio. Or is this just simply we the people? And Shady cannot bring it home. Cannot make it happen. Wow. Okay. I mean, is this him eyeing it off and et tu Brutus to the felon? But then it just ends up in this legal, chaotic, destructive explosion, and then they start tearing each other apart. A Shady, oh man. Okay. Is Shady Vance? Gosh, two pages. So something unexpected out of left field coming forward, and then we've got the Page of Swords. It's all about new energy coming forward, something new being brought forward, and then we've got the King of Swords as well. It's almost okay. Thank you. I'm going to ask. Is Shady going to be elevated? I'm going to put 3 cards out. Is Shady going to be elevated to acting president? Because if the orange twerp is taken out, he will be elevated to acting president. And then I'm going to put 3 cards. Will he actually be inaugurated? Okay, let's see where this goes. Entertainment only. Will J.D. Vance be promoted to acting president? in place of Donald J. Trump. Will J.D. Vance be promoted to acting president? 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Right. Will he be inaugurated? If so, will he be inaugurated in place of Donald J. Trump? Will J.D. Vance be inaugurated in place of... Okay, you want that one, and that one, and that one, and that one. Okay. It's given me 4. Desperately trying to bring it about. The card's on the bottom. Desperately trying to make it happen. I don't think he's going to be able to. And there's the Judgment card. Is he going to be promoted to acting? Right. Back up against the wall. Wounded warrior. Oh, betrayal, abuse. And then, yes, I think he's going to. He's going to betray. So you've got the cornered rat here. Is going to be betrayed, and then Shady, I think, is going to be promoted to the acting position. So he thinks he's got it all happening. Thinks he's made it. Sitting pretty. His cup's all lined up. But there's this awful, awful 9 of Wands, 5 of Swords energy before he gets there. This is major betrayal stuff. Stabbing in the back, betrayal, win at any cost, awful energy. And there he is, sitting there like a bloomin' cat that got the cream. But is he going to be inaugurated as president? Well, he's got his eye on the prize with the Page of Pentacles. He thinks he's going to. He's got his eye on the throne, the Emperor throne. Is he going to? The 7 of Pentacles, unable to bring it to completion. And the Knight of Pentacles being stopped, unable to move forward. I think he's going to be like within touching distance of the throne, but he's going to be prevented. Trying to make it happen. Somehow being thwarted, and then Judgment. I think he's literally going to be able to breathe on the chair. I think he'll actually sit in the chair, to be honest. He will sit in the chair. But will he be inaugurated? I don't think so. Let me grab my yes-no cards and have a look. Yes, no. Yes, he will be acting. No, he won't get inaugurated. The reason, and then even doing the poker shuffle, yes, no. The reason I was chuckling is my guides were like, "Are you sure you want to go there?" That's a different yes card on the bottom. Yes, no. As I split the deck, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Yes, he is going to get into the acting position. No, he is not going to be inaugurated. Okay, do not ask me what happens next, because I don't think it's going to be Mikey of the Little Johnson, and I do not think it's going to be Chuck Grassley. And where the heck does it go from there? I actually have seen since last year, since even with Joe Biden. Oh, okay, Joe Biden stepping aside and then Harris stepping into the position. I've seen since then last year that there will be some form of interim government. Now, made up of a panel while the elections were certified. Now, I thought, in my skin being the human that I am in my little 3D world, I thought that was because the Republicans would be disputing the election results. Not in my wildest dreams did I see it going this way. And a lot of the times we get these visions and images and cards and we go, what the heck? And we try and interpret it. And it's not till after the event we go, oh, that's what they meant. So that's what I'm getting. I don't think Shady's going to end up in the big chair, and no idea, uncharted waters, but take heart that every other time that the US and the world, so I'm also going back to Britain and Europe and Africa and everywhere in the world, when we have reached these crisis moments, we are in uncharted waters. Like with the US, the Revolution War. Great, let's get rid of the monarchy controlling us. What now? What do we do? They had to create the documentation for the United States. The Civil War. Let's get rid of slavery and whatever else was involved in the Civil War. Oh my goodness, what now? The whatever documentation came out of that, was it the Constitution that came out of that? World War II. Okay, we've taken this action. We are now the biggest military force in the world. What now? And then had to work their way through that as well, every single time. Uncharted waters, and that's where you are at the moment, and just know that it will turn out for the good. But now is the time to start laying the foundations. Okay, let's see how it plays. Love to you all. Take care.